What's going on, guys? It's Jackson with Autofinder, and let's take a moment and talk about winter cars. I pulled a list of solid winter rigs and sorted them from the yeah, it's good at the bottom up to the okay, that's legit king of winter at the top. We're gonna go from the lowest winter score to the highest, and I'm gonna give you the real talk on each one. The price, the rough monthly payment, and how it actually fits into your life. All of this is through our insights we find at Autofinder.com, where we help cars find you. Let's get right into it. Let's start at the bottom of the winter list. The 2025 Subaru WRX is where this list kicks off. And honestly, that says more about how strong this whole lineup is more than anything else. It sits around an 8.1 out of 10 on our little winter scorecard. You're looking at about $35,750 starting price, and if you finance that over roughly 6 years at a typical rate, you're in the ballpark of $590 a month, give or take. What I like about the WRX is simple. Subaru's full-time all-wheel drive system, that Turbo 4 makes it feel like you're driving something built for rally stages. This thing doesn't get scared of snow by any means. You can row your own gears with a 6-speed manual or let the CVT do the work for you. Heated cloth seats come standard, which is huge in these winter climates. You can option leather, ultra suede, or even Recaros if you want to feel like you're in a track car while going through all this winter slush. It's got a big 11.6-inch touchscreen, wireless CarPlay, and Android Auto, so the tech is handled. The trade-off? It's still a sedan, okay? The trunk's fine, back seats fold 60-40 so you can stuff skis through, but the rear headroom is not going to do well for the tall passengers by any means. It's the winter car for the person who refuses to be boring. Slide up a notch and you've got the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid. This one sits at about 8.4 out of 10 on our winter sheet, and this one is way more real life friendly. Its starting price is about $36,595, so financing it leads you around $605 a month roughly. You know, it's still not cheap, but this is your I have a life, I have kids, I have gear, and I still want to drive through a whiteout without having any panic, okay? This is that kind of vehicle. What makes the Subaru Hybrid super interesting to me is that the motor is built right into the transmission. So you still get that classic full-time Subaru all-wheel drive system instead of that janky part-time setup that other cars have. The traction is consistent, especially in the bad winter, okay? Its ground clearance is 8.7 inches, which is legit. Inside, it's just easy to live with. Room for 5, heated seats front and rear if you spec it right. Cloth or synthetic or even real leather depending how fancy you go, and a heated leather steering wheel so your hands don't feel like ice packs. Drop the rear seats in the back and you get 74.4 cubic feet of cargo space, which is a massive space for a crossover. You can toss snowboards, bags, whatever you got. The only knock is that it's not the most fuel efficient hybrid versus rivals, and the value score isn't perfect, but as a winter daily, you can't beat it. Now we start drifting into luxury winter territory with the 2025 Audi Q5, which comes in at around 8.7 out of 10. This is where people pay a little extra to be warm, safe, and smug at the same time. Starting price, you'll find one of these at just over $45,000, and you're starting at something like $750 a month on a typical 6-year note. So yeah, it stings a bit more, but the Quattro all-wheel drive is the real deal. You get it standard, and you can pick from 3 engines depending on how spicy you want it. Ground clearance is a little over 8 inches right out of the gate, and if you pay up for the air suspension, you can crank it up around 10 inches at low speeds. This is perfect for deep snow, sketchy driveways, or that unplowed back road you swear you're never gonna take again, until you do. Inside, it's exactly what you'd expect from an Audi. You got the leather seats, you got the heated front standard, heated rear seats, and heated steering wheel if you check the right boxes. And the cargo space is around mid-20s cubic feet behind the second row. So enough for your gear, but not suburban land yacht level. The Q5 is the pick for the person who wants the winter confidence, but also cares about that badge on the front grille. And moving on from there, it's the 2025 Volvo V60. And now we're at about an 8.8 out of 10 on our scale. This is the wagon king, okay? Starting at around $50,000, you're easily looking at a roughly $835 a month on typical financing. This is not budget winter driving by any means, okay? This is the I have taste and I want my car to say that, even in February. The V60 only comes as the cross-country version now, which means it's built to play in the snow. You get standard all-wheel drive with a turbocharged 4-cylinder, plus an optional air suspension system that lets you jack it up to about 8.3 inches of ground clearance. There's an off-road mode, hill descent control, and all the stuff that you want when your driveway turns into a ski slope, okay? Inside, Volvo just flexes. You got leather coming standard, heated front seats come standard. You can even add heated rear seats, a heated steering wheel, and even headlight washers so the slush doesn't completely ruin your night visibility. Cargo space is decent. It's around 18.3 cubic feet behind the rear seats and over 60 cubic feet with them folded down. It's the car for the person who likes the idea of a luxury tank but absolutely hates SUVs. I know you're out there. All right, quick pause before we keep climbing the winter ladder. If you're listening to these prices and monthly payments and thinking, how do I not get absolutely rinsed when I go out and buy one of these? That's literally why Autofinder exists. Instead of walking into a dealership line and hoping for a salesperson that hooks you up, you can hop on Autofinder, compare real listings, filter by price, payment, features, mileage, all of it. Okay? It's built so you can find the right car without getting stuck in something overpriced or wrong for your situation. So while we're talking about these winter rides, just remember, when you're actually ready to buy, don't guess. Go to autofinder.com and put some numbers behind it. Now let's get back to these winter warriors. Next up, we got the 2025 Ford Bronco Sport. This one's sitting at about 8.9 out of 10 on our scale, and this is where this list gets properly fun for winter. The starting price is just under $30,000, and that's gonna put you somewhere around $500 a month on a normal 72-month loan. For what it can do, that's honestly not bad. The Bronco Sport is way more capable than most small SUVs, even the base ones, okay? The base ones get a turbo 3-cylinder, and if you go Badlands trim, you get a turbo 4 that actually makes it feel tough. Every single Bronco Sport gets 4-wheel drive, multiple drive modes, and at least 8.1 inches of ground clearance. With the Badlands, it's sitting even higher. That means snow, slush, dirt roads, this thing eats them all up. Inside, it's rugged more than fancy. You get cloth, synthetic leather, or real leather trimmed seats, heated fronts, and heated steering wheel. The cargo floor is rubberized, it's easy to clean, and you got about 32.5 cubic feet of space behind the second row. Perfect for dogs, coolers, boards, muddy boots, whatever you got. It's the weekend warrior who still has a day job. Sharing that same 8.9 out of 10 tier, but on the opposite end of the spectrum, you got the 2025 Chevrolet Suburban. This is the big boss energy pick. Base price is about $62,000, which pushes your estimated monthly payment into the thousands. So yeah, you will feel that one. But what you get for that kind of money though is a massive, properly capable winter rig. 2 V8s and a diesel 6 are on the menu, with 4-wheel drive available across trims. Some trims get auto 4-wheel drive and low range, and if you grab the Z7-1 package, you're talking skid plates, off-road tires, the full take the family to the snowstorm and not care setup. It can seat up to 9 depending on how you spec it, and if you got a big family or you're the default everyone piles into your car for the trip person, this is the one for you. Cloth is standard, but you can also go leather. Heat the first and second rows, add a heated steering wheel if you wanted, remote start so you can warm it up before you go outside, and the cargo is stupidly big. Okay, you get 41.5 cubic feet behind the third row and up to 144.7 cubic feet if you drop everything. Absolutely insane. It's overkill for some people, but for big families in real winter states, it makes sense. Now we're getting into the big dogs. The 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee is next, sitting at around 9 out of 10 on our winner scale. Prices start near $37,000, so figure something like $615 a month in financing terms. This thing is basically winter and off-road DNA with nice clothes on. Most Grand Cherokees come with one of 3 4-wheel drive systems. The basic Quadra-Track 1 gives you full-time all-wheel drive, which is already solid. But if you step up to the Quadra-Drive 2, now we're talking low-range gearing, automatic and manual 4-wheel drive engagement, and a limited slip rear diff. You also get multiple drive modes, okay, including one literally just for the snow. Add the optional air suspension and you can crank the ground clearance up to about 10.5 inches. Insane. Inside, it's not just the old rough Jeep vibe anymore, it's plush. Okay, it's got heated front seats, heated rear seats, heated steering wheel available. 5 seats in the standard Grand Cherokee, or you can go with the Grand Cherokee L if you want a 3rd row for your big families. It's for the person who takes winter seriously, but still wants some luxury and tech. And at the very top of this winter list, the highest score in the group is the 2025 Hyundai Palisade, sitting at about 9.4 out of 10. This is your best all-around winter family SUV. Starting price is around $37,000, and monthly, you're again in that $615 to $620 a month ballpark. Every Palisade runs a V6. Front wheel drive is standard, but if you care about winter at all, you're obviously taking the all-wheel drive box. With all-wheel drive, you get a dedicated snow mode and the ability to lock the center differential up to about 25 miles an hour. That's huge for traction when roads are half plowed and slick. Inside, Hyundai just loaded this thing up. Seating for up to 8. The first 2 rows are super comfortable and the 3rd row is fine for smaller adults. So it's not a punishment row like some 3 rows are. Cloth is standard, but you can get synthetic leather or real Napa leather, and on higher trims you can heat all 3 rows and the steering wheel. For families in cold states, that's insane value. You're basically getting near luxury comfort and winter capability without paying Audi and Volvo money. Here's the bottom line. If you live somewhere that actually gets real winter, don't just look at the badge or the touchscreen, okay? Look at the traction, the ground clearance, and whether this thing is actually built to move when the world turns white. Then look at what that translates into a monthly payment and decide if that version of safe and comfortable actually fits your budget. And if you're at that point where you're ready to go from watching videos to actually finding one of these for yourself, that's where we come in. Go to Autofinder.com, plug in your budget, your target payment, features you actually care about, like your all-wheel drive, heated seats, 3rd row, whatever. And let this site do the heavy lifting instead of walking lot to lot hoping someone gives you a good deal. We've built this for you so you don't have to guess. Check out Autofinder.com to see what's actually out there for your price range. And find a winter car that won't screw you when the snow hits.